Hey, everybody. It's your girl, Miss Trina, with Chat with Trina. It has been a minute, and it's especially been a minute for Zydeco. I was telling Steven before we got
Hmm.
on that someone asked me recently, like, matter of fact, I don't even know this person, but they reached out to me on inbox and said, why are you not doing the Zydeco no more? And I was like, you know what? Let me just try it again and let's see what happened. And yay. The first person I
Right,
asked,
right,
he
absolutely.
said yes. That's always a good sign, right?
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
this is my first interview. Like I said, tonight I'm joined by Steven. Now tell me, is it Dargin or Dargin?
It's Dargin.
Dargin.
I've grown to understand that in Louisiana it used to be Darjon, but it's either
Oh,
or.
I figured it was a
Yes,
twist
ma'am.
somewhere in there like that.
Yes, ma'am.
So,
Yes, ma'am.
so we're going to. I just want to make sure everyone knows that we are live, but you can always catch us on a replay. You can always watch it on YouTube.com. But also, I will post in a couple of days probably some snippets from this. Because thank God we have this wonderful platform
Awesome.
called StreamYard, and it does cut it up for us sometimes. But
Yes,
anyway,
ma'am.
so for those who don't know, Stephen, how did your Zydeco journey begin? Where did
Oh,
you
my
start at?
Zydeco journey. I started so of course I came from playing drums initially. That's mainly how everybody knows me in the industry. I was with Brian Jack for 10 years prior to that.
Yeah.
I began my journey with guys like Keon, Lil Jab, Ruben Moreno.
Okay.
But I initially came in and found my interest through John Paul Jolivet. Everybody knows him as JP.
Yeah.
Plays drums for Step Rito. And him and
Yeah.
I, matter of fact, played at the same church, St. Francis Xavier, over on Reed Road in Houston.
Uh,
Uh, and that's who
oh.
gave me the courage to get down in the Zydeco. But I've always now don't get it twisted now because people gonna get that twisted up. I've always been a fan of Zydeco. My
Uh,
family is from Louisiana, so I've always so I know
it's
about the
always been in your
history.
blood.
Right, right,
Um,
right.
what made you decide that you wanted to? Because there are some people, even in R&B, on the R&B side, they think being the leader of a band, they don't understand the responsibilities that come with that.
Hmm.
Did you realize that when
Absolutely.
you got ready to step out?
I so the thing about it was I just me playing accordion. I've been playing accordion for like 2.5 years now. Like actually picked
Mhm.
up accordion, learned how to play it, and now I'm here in 2.5 years. It was just one of those things. I was working out here in Louisiana, so I was having the
Oh,
opportunity since I was in the area to go see these guys, and you realize a lot of these guys in this area, everybody knows how to play the accordion. I'm like, golly,
oh
I
wow.
want to learn how to play it. Yeah, so I got me one made and it went from there. As far as knowing this is what I wanted to do, no, this it was never my intention to start a Zydeco band. Um,
Okay, okay.
Marcus Ardewan let me play at one of his shows when he saw that I learned how to play the accordion. I'm like, damn, I actually sounded pretty good, and went from there.
Okay. But actually
Yes.
deciding that you were gonna say, you know what, I'm gonna do this band. What made you do that part?
Um,
Because that's
Throughout
a
the
big
years of
step.
playing, right, throughout the years of playing, so I can genuinely say I have a leadership mentality.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I have a problem with authority at work sometimes, so I just got that leader mentality. But more so like when I was in my final years of playing with Brian, it's like I started to see the change that was coming, and it was kind of even more so. I knew what it would take. You know what I'm saying
Mm-hmm.
to
Mm-hmm.
what it's evolved into. Of course we
Right.
got the old school Zydeco, and of course we got the traditional bazaars and festivals and stuff that's going on.
Right.
But as far as like catering to the trail ride community that's evolved,
Yeah.
and like the club scene that's involved, it's kind of like I wanted to jump off into that and give my insight on what I had been hearing, because at some point,
Right.
like, okay, I'm playing the drums with Brian, but or anybody, but I'm
Uh-huh.
hearing these things in my head, and so it just kind of went from there. And I was like, man,
from
I
there
think I can be a good asset to what's going on.
to the community. Yeah.
Right,
Um,
absolutely.
did Brian give you any advice?
Oh, that's I can go all day long about that.
Yeah.
Um, even in my years of playing with Brian, like there was times we were riding in a truck going to
Uh-huh.
Shreveport. I'll never forget. That was the most heartfelt moment that I can remember off the bat. We were on the way
Hmm.
to the show in Shreveport. We had a blowout on the trailer. I remember like it was yesterday, and him and Ken, the sound engineer, they was
Hmm.
just talking about things that they had seen throughout the years,
Right.
and like I said, more than that, we were on a plane on the way to California. Me and Brian sat next to each other, and it was just talk after talk after talk,
Yeah. Yeah.
and not even knowing at that point, at that moment, then that
That
I was soaking in this information that I was going to have to use in the long run. So
yes.
I, I I felt like that was advice, and Brian is when I first initially when it first came out, like I wasn't playing with Brian anymore. A lot of
Uh-huh.
people thought that maybe it was some controversy. You know how people are.
Yeah. Oh yeah. They
I
be ready.
yeah, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, me and his middle son have a very close relationship. I
Oh,
can call him anytime for anything. So no, nah, it's nothing like that. But yeah, even to
yeah.
this day, I can pick up the phone and call Brian, and he's a talker, so we could be
Yeah.
talking about a
He's a
pair of
talker, but you
AirPods,
know
and
he be talking
yeah,
about something when he be talking.
yeah,
You know, some
absolutely,
people just be talking, they ain't talking about nothing, but he does talk about something.
absolutely.
Um, so you had when you made this album, oh my gosh, I've heard one song. Matter of fact, I had one I used to advertise you today. Um,
Okay.
working with Nate and his family, like what was that like getting this album done?
Oh, that was an experience. So from the initial start of everything, it was like, hey man, I want to use y'all studio and do a single. Uh, Me and Nayland worked. We started on a single. And I told him, I said, hey, bro, I don't know nothing about uploading music to these platforms. I don't know about none of this stuff, you know.
Right.
So would you be there to help me? And he was like, yeah, man. There's a backstory. Like there's plenty of times I had to kind of, I don't want to say it like
Lean
this, but I'm
on
gonna
him.
say it just to get it out.
Yeah.
He had to lean on me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like man, I got this drummer that can't make it, and we playing in Lufkin, and we start at 10, and it's you on the phone with me at 8:30. It's you know what I'm saying?
Oh,
So
yeah.
it was plenty of those days like I had his back, or man, my load guy can't make it. Can you come in and load sound, unload sound, and load sound? And it's like, man, I'm a drummer, you know? But man, it was, you know, Marcus Ardewan got the same stories, man. I'm just genuinely a person. I've been there to
Yeah.
help a lot of people and never look for anything in return. So going back to the single, it was kind of like, man, I need your help. Like I don't know nothing about nothing.
Right.
Uh, I went into the studio. Me and Nayland came up with a track, uh, and he sent it to me so I could listen to it and write to it. And I went into the studio. Long story short, did my first two verses. The first two verses you hear on "I'm Coming," and
Mm,
kind of took a while because Nayland kind of goes back in the studio and does a little tweaking and stuff.
of
So
course.
at that time, like a week and a half then passed, and I'm like, "Hey, bro, I got a third verse." And he's like, "Okay, well, we'll come in and let's do it." So
Yeah.
three verses on the song is a lot, but it's like, man, I got
Yeah.
it. It came to my head, and I think it's a hit. So um, when Nate actually heard the song, there was I guess it grabbed his attention to the point to where he thought that it was uh, good enough for what they had going on as far as the Cha Cha Studios thing. I knew that they
Hmm.
had Cha Cha Studios, but I didn't know it
That's
was
what I
to
was trying
that
to think. Cha
capacity
Cha
where
Studios. That's what I was trying to think of.
right. Yeah, that's the name of it. I didn't know Cha Cha Studios was at that to that capacity. Like they
Yeah.
actually had artists under them that they were supporting and helping
Uh-huh.
push and stuff like that. So it was just like, you know, if you're gonna be basically the conversation was if you're doing this type of stuff and this is what you on and you really got this kind of talent, then you know, I'll help you all the way through to the point to the point of
Yeah.
you having Cha Cha Studio behind you and whatever else. So as far as the experience, I'm a working man, he's a working man. My
Uh-huh.
schedule is a little bit more tighter
Mhm.
as far as my work schedule, but man, I got websites, I got uh CDs made, I got everything that
Yeah.
I got, basically he was very hands-on in doing everything and getting it
Awesome.
set up.
Awesome. And that's so cool because in this music industry, nightlife industry, and all that stuff, sometimes it's so hard to get people to join together because it becomes all this
Absolutely.
competition, when we all can
Absolutely.
help each other, which Nate is just a good guy. I've known him a long time. He's a good guy and very
Right,
smart,
right.
you know.
Very, very,
Something I like about
very.
him. Did you get to meet and hang out with his dad? Did you get to work with his dad at
Yeah,
all?
actually, as far as working in the studio, he came in the studio one time, and
Hmm.
we just kind of talked a little bit. I've seen him here and there at some of Nate's events when they work the door. Just
Okay.
to be able to talk to him, like we've had those moments, but like in the studio, 9 times out of 10, it was just me and Nayland in there,
Yeah.
working,
Okay.
just catching the vibe, and whatever.
Um. So I came to see you at Jack's.
Okay,
You played at Jack's.
thank you, thank you.
I'm saying that because it just came to my mind that, and I think Brian Jack came through. Him and his wife came through that day. Me and my
Him and his
co-host on
whole
one of my other
family
shows.
came.
Huh?
Him and his whole family came.
Yes. I do remember. Okay. 'Cause I'm
Yeah.
trying to think, have I seen you play yet? Um. Now I've seen you play with my friend at my friend's Chris's place, Manai. Are you about to play
Okay.
there? You played
When?
there, or you're about to play there? I know you're about to
No,
play there
I've
again.
yeah, I've played there once before. I think that was in September and August.
Oh, and then you were headed there one time too, and there was an
And
accident.
then yes, I'm exactly this Saturday will be a month. I was 10 minutes away from leaving. I was 10 minutes out from just had left my house and a guy hit my truck and flipped my trailer. So that's been
Oh my
another
god! And how did
whole
you get
ordeal.
regrouped with your equipment and stuff?
So I was able to one of my best friends actually saw my live and I said where I was on the live. And
Um,
as I was dealing with that, he just pulled up. And so yeah, so when they told me it was $2,900 to take your trailer home after because they had to reflip it and all that kind of stuff. And
yeah,
I was like, 2,900, y'all can keep that with you. And
that
they
part.
would they did allow me to right. They did allow me to get all of my basically the main stuff
Mm-hmm.
between my truck and TJ's truck. So I
Gotcha.
was able to take everything home. But do I know if it's working or not? No.
Now
So
that's funny.
I don't. Yeah, I don't know.
That is very funny. I know that you were first.
Yeah.
That actually just came back to me that when I thought about you playing at Manai. But Chris is amazing too. I always like people that like Tito with the Red Rooster, Rest
Uh-huh.
His Soul, gave people an opportunity and a platform to be able to play in those places. And
And I
Chris is someone that does that too, because
absolutely,
we've all known
absolutely.
him for a very, very long time. Um,
Right.
So Zydeco has such deep roots in both Louisiana and Texas. How would you describe
Mhm.
Houston's Zydeco scene right now? And where do you see yourself making your legacy? What do you want to leave as your legacy in the Zydeco world?
Um, you said as far as Houston's article, that was the first thing, right?
What do you think? It's a
Um,
two-part question. What do you think about the Houston Zydeco um, scene right now?
I,
It is.
I
Do you
think
think
it's a
it's
lot.
different from Louisiana?
Oh, absolutely. I think that it's just like Texas and Louisiana cooking. You know what I mean?
Uh
Uh, it's a different style. It's a different style of what we and I'm gonna say we because I'm Texas and Louisiana.
huh.
Uh, on the Texas side, I mean, you really got a lot of Zodi code going on in Houston, and we've actually created such a culture that more people are comfortable with because you have so many uh establishments now,
Yeah.
rather than playing outside of the trail ride, especially kind of with everything that's been going on. So yeah, you got the Blazing Cajuns, you got the Prospect
Yeah.
Parks, you got the
Hmm.
Jacks, you got 3D's Crazy Kitchen here and there.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
you really got more so a lot of trail ride dances going
Hmm.
on out here. So I feel like that's kind of bringing it back to where it originally was when Buzu and Bojack and all them guys was playing
Hmm.
in the clubs and playing at the churches and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
as far as like I get to see both sides every weekend. So I go home on Friday nights and I go to Exotico in Houston or Texas
Uh-huh.
Saturday, and then on my way back out here, I'll stop at O'Darby's or Rocking Bowl or something like that.
Uh-huh.
And that's actually a humbling experience to see how much love I get as Texas Creole now
I bet.
across the state line, and
Yeah. Yeah, that
it's
is cool. That and then people know
right,
actually know who you are now. Not I don't want to say just a drummer because I hate saying that, but you were the drummer. Now you're actually leading your own thing.
right,
I bet that is
absolutely.
humbling.
And what was the
What do
second
you want
part
to leave
question?
for your? I'm sorry.
No, no, go ahead.
What do you want to? What do you want your legacy to be? I know a father that, but as far as the music industry, what do you think your goal and end goal is?
As far as the music industry, um, I want to be known as versatile.
Mm-hmm.
I want to be known as somebody that see, and here's the thing about being from Texas.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, it's not expected for you to be knowledgeable in the roots of it.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, my grandfather told me a couple months ago that I actually had he actually had a cousin that was a Zydeco musician by the name of Wilbert Thibodeau. Uh,
Oh.
I don't know who he is or didn't know who he was, but
Mm-hmm.
uh, as far as leaving my legacy, man, a lot of people know I got my son involved, and
Oh.
I just wanted my I just wanted my name to mean something in this world, not just not
Yeah.
even. It's kind of hard to answer that question because I just
I
want
understand what you're saying.
my name, right? I just want my name and my last name to mean something. Now, do I want my Zydeco career to go to greater heights? Yeah, I want to do the Californias
Yeah.
and the
Yeah.
Portland Oregons and the
Uh-huh.
festivals all over the East Coast and West Coast, but
Right.
more so my goal has been just leaving a legacy um of straight positivity. I don't
Yeah.
and if something was to happen to me, God forbid, everybody would respect my kids and
Yeah.
have my kids in the long run, because of who I was. That's my main
Right.
goal,
Right.
period.
How old are your kids?
How old?
Uh-huh.
Rylan is 6.
Is that the one that you have with
Caston
you
is,
doing
yes,
the?
ma'am.
Okay.
Right. Rylan is 6, Caston is 3, and Oakley will be 2 on Halloween.
Oh, a Halloween baby.
Yeah.
So when you're performing live, what's the one song that you think gets the crowd going so far from your album? What's the one? Because I know you're watching from the album to see how people
So
react.
I was just telling my washboard player we got a new song that we're doing at the end of the show, and that's
Uh,
I'm Single. Uh
that's the
this
same of the
Sunday when I
song.
played it, the name of the song is I'm Single.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
On the album I did a Zydeco version and I did a shuffle version.
Oh,
Uh
okay. You got to
but I
get you
had been
somebody
paying
that makes the
attention.
shuffle for you.
Right. I tried that and I sent it to I was gonna invest and send it to all of these how can you say it
Line dance people.
people that go viral with the line dances and stuff.
Yeah.
I did succeed with one and she just did it free of charge.
Okay.
Her Instagram is natural body jazz line something. I have to go back and look at
I
it.
find it jazz.
And I tried to send it to what's the girl name Janelle that was going viral at one point. She was trying to
Uh,
charge me ridiculous amount, and I was just like, you
yeah.
know what, I'm gonna just
Yeah, I asked someone. I had my
But
very
yeah,
first R&B festival this year, and so one of them tried to charge me
okay.
like 150 for one, no 250 for one, and 150 for every person after that. I was like, well, that's the
Oh
cost of a
man.
whole band. You ain't
Right,
so that's
exactly.
never mind.
Exactly. Exactly. But yeah, I've been paying attention. We have the us artists, we have access to the Apple Music Artists app. So you can actually go on there and see exactly how many streams each song has. Uh
Okay.
so I think I Will Always Love You is actually the fan favorites. But as far as what I saw the other night, me and Jeremy played at O'Darby's. When
Mm-hmm.
I played that I'm Single intro, they went crazy in there.
Mm. See, make sure I go back and put it on my. Let me put it on my Spotify.
Yeah,
What was the
absolutely.
song you just said? Was the intro?
I'm single.
What's I mean? I thought that's the intro too. I'm
What?
single. I don't know. I thought you
Yeah,
said
the
the name
name
of
of the
another
song is I'm
song, but
single.
I'm single is the one that you think is the crowd favorite.
Oh, I will
Did you?
always
Oh
love you.
no,
I
I
will
want to.
always love you.
I will always love you. Yeah, that's the one I was talking about. What am I putting on right?
Yes, ma'am.
Um. Now tell me. I didn't start off like this, but I'm gonna start it now. Tell me just a little bit. Tell us just a little bit about you, because of course we do know you played with Brian. Now we know you have three babies. Tell us where you come from. And I see you work out of town.
Uh, yes, ma'am. So, I'm a, I'm a, I'm a city country boy from Missouri City, Texas.
Yes.
Is where I
You need to
came
vote for
up.
Jeff Boney.
Yes, ma'am. Uh, my grandparents lived in Harlem Clark, in the Houston South Side Houston area. So I grew up in that neighborhood as well, especially during the summer. Uh, my grandmother and grandfather on my dad's side both are originally from Lawtair, Louisiana.
Oh,
Uh,
okay.
I think they've been married almost 60 years, if not 60 years already. I can't really
Wow.
remember. I think over 60 years, honestly, if I'm
That is
being
something.
correct. Right. So so like I said, just growing up trail riding, like real trail riding back in the day. Like Zydeco, if we keep in the
Uh-huh.
Zydeco has always been a part of my life. Uh,
Yeah.
my dad's first cousin, she threw the Bill Pickett, not the big Bill Pickett, the Big Eight trail ride, held in Plaisance, Louisiana. We're also kin to the Lamels, from Step and Strut. So,
Oh,
like I said, grew up in Missouri City, came up country boy rodeoing, got into race horses a little bit,
okay.
until I got a hold to football and then started taking my
Oh.
football career serious. I took a
What
serious
school did you go
injury in
to? High
college.
school.
I went to Elkins High School in Fort Bend.
Okay.
Uh, Played football, got hurt. Doctors ordered me that I should probably not play football or take a chance on never walking again. So,
Oh,
uh,
wow.
at that point, it took me a few years to find myself. So everything
Yeah.
that everybody sees that I am today, it took me a while to figure that out. A lot of people know me as a great barber. I discovered that along the way in those years of finding myself. Um,
Okay.
and then I got off in the plants. I was connected with some guys that were just clients. Um, got off in the plants, and then I started juggling that and playing with Brian at the same time, because at that time I did, maybe 2 years after high school I started playing with Brian.
Oh, okay.
Uh, right. So as far as and this is a funny story. So as far as us musicians, I don't really know what a free weekend is like since, I don't know, 2014, because
I
it's
can
like
imagine.
you always had to dedicate your life. Like if your significant other asked you, baby, can we go here this weekend? Well, let me see if I gotta play first. And it
Yeah.
was kind of one of them things. And when I first got with Brian, it was like, man, I gotta play Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And then
Hmm.
as the years, I gotta play Saturday and Sunday. I gotta play Friday and
Yeah.
Sunday. Like,
Yeah.
so that's what my weekend life has consisted of. And then I was fortunate enough, the first couple years of my working in a plant life or construction life,
Mhm.
uh, I was in Texas, so I kind of, there were nights I had to play with Brian
Oh,
till 2 in the morning and then be to work at 6:30. And when I
yeah.
came to when I when I came out here to Louisiana, it was like schedule crazy. I can't
Yeah,
do it no more, B.
yeah, yeah. 'Cause that was, I'm
So,
sure that was a lot.
oh
Sure, that was a
man,
lot.
oh man, I tried it. I tried it. But
What kind of cap do you have on?
this is a Houston Astros hat. If you go
My
to
co-host
Pearland
just
Town
said, "Did you
Center,
just?" Oh, okay, no, man. My co-host is on the chat saying, "Did you happen to put on the wrong cap?" I
let
don't
me
know
see
if
what
he's
hat
trying
I
to
got
talk.
on.
Are you trying to say
No,
something
it's
bad about the
Houston Astros.
Astros?
Yeah, no.
I thought maybe you had on the Dallas Cowboys shirt. He was trying to be funny.
Oh
That's what I thought he
no,
was saying.
no, no.
You not a Dallas Cowboys?
Oh no, no, no. I actually, oh, in my life story, I traveled with Dak Prescott for 2 years. I was his personal barber.
Really? Oh, that's
Yep.
crazy. How did he find you?
Yeah. Through my uncle. So my uncle and
Okay.
Andre Johnson are best friends. So
Okay.
he found Dak and they were about to go out one night and Dak was like, man, I'm not going nowhere. I don't have a haircut. And
Haircut.
so my uncle was like, man, I know the person that'll come to you right now. And
Boy, come
I
on
was at
here.
the
Come on.
bar.
Let's go.
Yeah, I was at the barbershop and my last two appointments were there. And my uncle called me. He said, man, I got something for you. And I said, I don't really got time for the mystery shit right now. You
Yeah.
know what's going on? And he was like, man, if I tell you, you can't tell them guys, man, until it's set in stone. I said, well, what? What is it? He said, man, Dak Prescott need a haircut. I said, man, get out my phone playing. He said, no, I'm for real, man. You need to meet me at Hotel Zaza. He said, you need to meet me at Hotel Zaza at 8:30. So I hung up the phone. I told the two guys I was waiting. I said, man, I can't cut y'all today. I got to go cut Dak Prescott hair. And they cussed me like a dog, thought I was
I know they
lying.
did.
Oh man. I said, man, I
Did you
can
need to
get
tell
y'all
them
at
later
five
what
in the
happened?
morning. Yeah, well, actually, when I posted the picture, when I left the hotel, Dak
Oh.
let me take the picture and I posted it, and then the guys called me. Man, we sorry, man. We thought you was lying and all that kind of stuff.
That's
So it was
funny.
pretty cool.
What is your favorite? Do you have my co-host and I talk a lot about support. And unfortunately, sometimes people that you think will support you, and I'm not trying to be negative, I'm just being truthful.
Right,
You
right,
don't get
right.
the support from the people that you think on the support. You know what I mean?
I actually like where you going with this.
I
Uh,
what even me, I'll be very I'll be sort of transparent. I left the Zydeco as far as this was my thing. I want to always represent Zydeco, right? I don't come from Zydeco, but I love Zydeco. And when you don't get the support that you thought you're trying to do something good and something wonderful for the community, and that support is not there for you, that's an
right.
interesting feeling, right? Have you
Oh
had
yeah.
that
Oh yeah.
happen? The people
Oh
that you
yeah.
thought were going to be in your corner and pushing you, they're not there.
Uh since the beginning of time, man. First and foremost, from saying I was gonna start my own band to saying to basically posting it like
Mm-hmm.
y'all, I'm finna start Texas Creole.
Right.
Uh, to starting to play little shows here and there. And I don't want to say this to sound arrogant, but
Right.
from the start of it, I was always pretty decent. And
Mm-hmm.
then now
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting better and better and better. Like,
Yeah.
some people won't even say that much.
Right.
Now I'm getting better and better and better because I know what I'm looking for and I've invested that much into it.
Yeah.
And it's like every time I hit the stage, I'm getting better. But as you start in the band, and especially me, because I grew up trail riding, I grew up
Mm-hmm.
in the roots and in the thick of things. Man, there was people I always had in mind. Like, I got a couple of homeboys. I remember us riding side by side on the
Yeah.
horses in a trail ride. And now these guys got these big groups. And hey man, here I am, Texas Creole. I got a single
Right.
out. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Oh man, we gonna
Yeah.
book you. And then you see the flyer and it's just J. Paul on there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh
Yeah.
and then I'm in the studio. Like, God honest truth,
Uh,
the whole time I was in the studio, every time I was in that booth singing or playing an accordion, I wasn't even focused on what I was doing. I was just thinking about, am I gonna please this person, like specifically
yeah.
by face
Yeah.
that popped up in my head? Am I
Yeah.
gonna please this person? Is this person gonna book me when this
Yeah.
I call it my hot shit. When this hot shit dropped,
Mm-hmm.
and it was like even then after my album dropped, it's like I started getting phone calls from everybody else except the people that I expected
That you would
to
envision,
call
that you
my
were
phone
thinking
first.
about.
Right.
Isn't that
And
interesting?
then yeah, and then to go even further in depth, like the artists, like, okay, y'all have seen me, y'all know me. Like I played with Brian Jack, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Here I am. I'm calling y'all phone, man. I'm trying to
Yeah.
work with y'all. Not,
Mm-hmm.
the studio thing was out the way because I was already signed to Nate. But hey, man, look, like
Right.
I want to put a show together. Like even if and even the Zydeco artists that you've looked up to all these years and you've actually put on a pedestal.
Yeah.
I don't want to say no names.
Of course. Of course.
Uh, these guys that you've been putting on a pedestal all this time.
Yeah.
And they won't even answer your phone calls or be willing to work with you.
Yeah.
More so even now, like I've been to Old Darby's hundreds
Mm-hmm.
of times. I've been
Yeah.
to Rock and Bowl hundreds of times to support the other guys, and
Yeah.
in return,
It's
I
eye
can't
opening.
name. It's eye opening. I can't, and I'm telling you, like I've supported all of these artists from A to Z.
Mm-hmm.
Even in the past 2 years,
Yeah.
and the only people I could say on one hand is Wayne
Yeah.
Singleton, Brian Jack, Marcus Ardewan, and if I'm missing one, forgive me. But those are the main three people. Those
Yeah.
are the main three people that I can name off the top of my head. And
That's
and,
totally
and
true.
and I'm the type of guy like, okay, this is my event that I'm putting on. But if you tell me
Mm-hmm.
you coming as an artist, hey man, I'm gonna put your name at the door.
Yeah. At the
Or if I
door.
see you coming through the door, hey man, let him in. Now Wayne
Yeah.
Singleton came to my
Uh-huh.
album release party that I had in Karen Crow. And
Okay.
I demanded him to come in for free, and he demanded me that he was not
He
coming
was
in for
gonna
free. He
pay.
was gonna support me.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
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 On one hand,
Yeah. And it's disappointing. Um,
oh yeah,
it's very disappointing. And I just always wonder, I've gotten better with it, but it is disappointing when you like what you said, you think in your
absolutely.
mind, okay, so and so gonna like this gonna be hot, whatever. So how do
Right,
you
right,
deal
right.
with it? Have you found a way to deal with that so you can move on and say, because
Uh,
I always hear your what's that saying they say now, your strangers are your biggest supporters, or the new people your biggest
right,
supporters.
right. Me personally,
Uh-huh.
I'm not the type to kind of dwell on much.
Mm-hmm.
Especially things that I can't change.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh, second of all, I don't know. I hate to look at it like that, but sometimes, a lot of those people are in your corner until they see you as a threat. Um, to the people that I thought would support me, I
Mm-hmm.
know eventually that day is gonna come, and it's kind of like, eventually when that day come, okay, this is who I am now, and this is what it
Uh-huh.
takes, and
Yeah.
now it ain't no love being shown because you waited all of this time up until this
You
point,
wait till I'm hot.
and it's right, and it's
And I don't
no
mean not saying that
it
you're not hot, but you know what I'm saying.
right, right, and it's no bad blood. It's just like,
Yeah.
you scratch my back, I'll scratch your type of
Mm-hmm.
deal. And I never forget the people, even now. Like I ain't just, it don't take much to book me, but even
Yeah.
still, the
Yeah.
people that have already booked me, like this guy. Shout out to 3D Derek. I'm playing 3D
Mhm.
Trail Ride on November the 15th.
Oh,
They
awesome.
had me last year for their trail ride, and it was a little bit of people there, but not like, oh, he made his money back by booking
Right.
me.
Right.
Uh, and he still called me again, and of course I've dropped my album, and I've
Uh-huh.
came out with my
Uh-huh.
single. So yeah, I've came out with my single and my album, and so it's kind of like, okay, I'm giving you another shot. You my boy, like,
Yeah.
So
And you
he
remember
showed
now
love, I
that
showed love.
yeah. I had my first R&B festival this past June, and I started with $300. That's all I had, and
Uh-huh.
that's what he charged me to book hold the place. So I did all like with God and me and faith. My point to it is
Right, right.
got to a point to where I wasn't gonna have. I had to make it happen, right? You know how we have to. The show must
Right.
go on. And there were some musicians that were gonna play that I had to go to them. Some I don't like to do, but I had to go to them and say, look, I gotta make this is my first festival. Kind of what you said. This is my first one. Like I gotta make it happen, but I need some help. Now
Right.
some
Right.
of
Right.
them was like, yeah, I got you, I got you. But there was a few of those people. Nah, I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't even drop a dollar, right?
Exactly.
Then I got to the festival had whatever. One of those musicians came to me and said, you know what? Don't even pay me. Pay my band. Don't pay me. My point is, I will always remember, like what you're saying, those that help
Always.
me make it happen. Because now, every time I have that, as it grows and gets bigger, you're gonna be on my show every year because
Absolutely.
you were
Absolutely.
supporting. You know what I'm saying? I
Absolutely.
scratch your
And
back,
my
you scratch mine.
right. And I was more so looking at it from a different aspect. Like, man,
Hmm.
like, no shade. And I love all them guys, Nate, Paul, Chris.
Hmm.
I
Right.
love them as musicians or as a personal relationship. But it was
Yeah.
kind of like, man, like here I am. Like y'all been booking these people for the last 20 years of my life. Like, give me a chance type of deal. And it's kind of like,
Yeah. Yeah.
that's a whole nother story for a whole
And
nother
that's
day.
just it's tough, and it's glad that I know you feel it, but at least you don't let it stop you. And
Right,
what
right,
I've
right. Oh
learned
no,
is
oh
this,
no, oh
yeah, and then
no.
what I've learned is I keep it going, and what happens is the ones that's riding with you gonna ride with you, and they are gonna bring people along. So that's gonna be the fun when you get there and you look back and say,
Right,
"Oh, I
right.
did all that, and now look, I got my own crowd, I got my own following. I didn't need
Absolutely,
this person and that person. I got my own shit,
absolutely.
which makes
Well, as
to
as
me it makes you feel better, you know?
oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Now I'm gonna tell you
Yeah.
something. Like, as far as Louisiana goes, I'm starting
Uh-huh.
to see like they loving Mr. Texas Creole out here. Just
Oh yeah.
I got and that kind of goes back to the question you just asked me. Like, man,
Uh-huh.
Louisiana been showing me mad crazy love. Like,
Yeah.
whether I'm in the
Yeah.
crowd and I'm at one of them guys' shows or playing my own
Uh-huh.
shows. Like this past weekend was awesome, and I think I played in Louisiana as Texas Creole like 4 times. Prior
Okay.
to that, like I think
Uh-huh.
2 weeks ago, I played at Feed and Seed in Lafayette on a Thursday, and I was kind of skeptical about that. I was like, we got Zydeco Thursdays in Houston, and we got
Yeah.
Zydeco Sundays, but you see how consistent those places are, and it's kind of like
Yeah.
this guy called me. They having these Zydeco Thursdays every now and then on top of that,
Uh-huh.
like, do people really know me like that?
Right.
And man, I had a great turnout compared to what
Oh,
I thought it was going to be,
of
and,
course.
and some,
And on a Thursday.
and it's and on a Thursday, which I mean, Zydeco Thursdays may pop out here.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody knows because nobody's tried it on a consistent basis.
Mm-hmm.
So like I said, man, so going back to answer your question, as 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 a different group of people that pop up in my head when you ask me that
Mm-hmm.
question. And
Mm-hmm.
then now we talking about across that state line. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, I thought Texas was gonna be, and I'm not
Be the
saying they
ones.
don't, but I
It's
thought
the other
Texas was
side.
gonna.
Yeah.
Man, it's Louisiana. I love
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. I it was a guy, older gentleman. He used to play jazz music, and he
Hmm.
which is why I always think about musicians. Don't lose your mind. You gotta keep going, right? He actually ended up. He's in a nursing home now, but he was a great
Okay.
player. He was amazing, and he would always. And he
Wow.
was older, and I met him somewhere, whatever. But we were really good friends, and he taught me. That's where I found my love of live music. But anyway, he
Uh-huh.
was calling. He would just talk about how in Houston, in Texas, he couldn't get no love. Nobody come out to the show. He said, but when I go out of town, I got all these people, and when I come back, and it actually, I don't want to say it ran him crazy. I don't know if that's a nice way to say it, but he really had an issue with it. He ended up having a stroke. He's in a nursing home now,
Wow.
and I say that to say
Wow.
how it can get to you, but you can't let it get to you that way because at least you do.
Right.
Because he had the love of those people out of town, And you have to recognize that sometimes, this may not be your
Right,
base right
absolutely.
now. You found
Right.
the love
And
across the aisle.
my thing
Mhm.
my thing was as well, like, some people say I was posting my business too much, like as far as like every time I bought an accordion or every time I bought a speaker, Um, but it wasn't that. More so it was for me. I was trying to show everybody like look at how well I'm
Yes,
investing into what I want.
exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Look at how much I'm showing y'all through my
The
investments
work
how
you're
bad
doing,
I want y'all to
yeah,
support me. Right.
absolutely.
And it's
I
and
don't
you
think
know
that I don't
and
yeah, I don't think that's true. I
and,
think I
and
hate to say there's haters, but there are.
right. You hear these stories all the time amongst
Mm,
artists, especially Zydeco artists. Like, man,
yeah.
it took me years. It took me years. Like, I've personally seen the Rusty era. Like,
Uh-huh.
I played with Rusty way back in 2015 or 16. He called me one time to play with him at Jack's. Nobody came. A few
Wow.
more times I had saw Rusty when I was in the Louis Lake Charles area.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Nobody came. And
Mm-hmm.
then it's like now he put out that album, that his second album, and then poof, you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah. Yeah.
that's my personal preference to say, like, man, I know for a fact, like, Rusty put in about 7 8 years
Mm-hmm.
of trying and trying and trying, and then it finally popped for him. For
Yeah.
me, and that's just Rusty's story. But what I'm saying is,
Right.
you talk to this artist and that artist and this artist, and they all tell you the same thing. Like,
Yeah.
man, it took me years. It took me years, and I'm just kind of like, I've never been that type of person to let you put your stipulations on me. Like, my story
Absolutely.
is not gonna be
Yeah.
your story, and I don't
Right.
say that in an arrogant way, but
Okay. I know what you
I
mean.
say that from a more right. I say that from a more spiritual aspect,
Mm-hmm.
as to say that power of life is in the tongue. You know what I mean? So
That
I
is
I
true.
don't I don't right, I don't agree with the fact that it's gonna take me a long time for my career to reach the height that I want it to.
Right.
And
And
some,
everybody's prayer is different. So everybody's
right.
outcome is going to come out different. When you
Absolutely.
talked about putting your business out, there's a group, I'm not going to name them because I don't really support them anymore, so I can't promote them. But it was a group, amazing group, not Zydeco, but they promote themselves all the time, doing just little here, there. But that helped them get their following because people start saying, like,
Right.
oh, let me check him out. And they are self promoters, and they've done I mean, they're huge now, and they even create their own spaces, like what you mentioned, giving an event. They create that, and which help people find them to start and so people are
Right.
booking them more. But I was saying that to say that's really good when you do that and show people that the work that you're putting in. Some people
Oh
won't
yeah. Oh yeah.
understand that, one, haters, but
Yeah.
also people that don't put in the work and don't understand about
Absolutely.
putting in the work. They don't understand why you would put that.
Absolutely.
Okay, well, I've got this accordion. I'm not bragging. I'm just showing you I'm paying. And it also helps these younger people who want to get out and get a band to understand that it does cost
Right.
money. You can't wake up today and be like,
Absolutely.
okay, I'm gonna start a band, and you don't have a dollar. You know what I mean? So you're
Absolutely. Right.
helping
Right.
with that, build that story, you know?
Right. And with the man, with the Zydeco industry, being in the Zydeco industry is so much more critical than the R&B industry or the rap industry. Man, it's hard to please Zydeco folks. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when I like going back on the studio, man, I was in the studio. It was like, man, are people gonna like this? And it was
Yeah.
like big shout out to Nayland because he never let me have a moment to dwell on sitting there
Mm-hmm.
thinking, was it gonna be good enough? Man, look, we're gonna put this stuff down. And if later on we come up with some stuff and it was like,
And
okay,
just
I
add.
see where you're going with it. Right. And right. And we can
Yeah.
add or take out what you know what I'm saying? Like it was one of them type of things. But in the back of my mind, I'm like, man, these Zydeco is such a small community, but I think we got the most critique folks you ever wanna, you know what I'm
And see,
saying?
I be
Like
thinking just
critique,
the opposite because, like the cruises, I usually
man.
do the Zydeco cruises, and you say party, they all coming, right? But I bet at the
Oh
end of the day,
yeah.
too, like you said, it's got to depend on the band too. I'm sure, but
Absolutely.
with these R&B people, you talk about a challenge. I decided to take on the challenge of dealing with R&B more than the Zydeco. Plus, the Zydeco singers would not go on the cruise with me anymore. So don't know why. Don't really care. So I said, well, let me try R&B. And it has been
Right.
successful. But if I tell you, you got to work. Like you got to work.
Oh
And
yeah.
that's the difference in
Oh yeah.
R&B fans and Zion. You say as a party, they coming, but I also carefully
Absolutely.
say that because again, it can be depending on the band. It is not, not even
Right.
say
Right.
that unfortunately. But yeah, that for me, I see. I also see something else. And I was telling the R&B band leader this the other day that he was saying that he got paid in a check, and the owner will say, "Well, I'll pay you this week." I said, "Well, let me tell you something about Zydeco folks. They charge more than y'all in R&B, and they can get it, but also
Abs-
they don't respect it because they know you can't come to them with no check. They know
Right.
they want to. I said I had my very first Zydeco. I had a Zydeco festival some years ago. Nobody was there. When they walked in that door and saw what the first thing he said was, "What? You got my package." He wanted his money before he got it. And you understand. I said, and that's the issue with R&B. They're not as respected. They can't make as much money as you guys either because y'all demand the respect. And y'all, you know what I'm saying? And that's what I
Right.
was telling him. So y'all gonna
Right.
have to be a little stronger because so on that
Absolutely.
note, I saw something you said the other day about somebody called you up and coming.
Oh man.
Talk to me about that.
Like I said, power of life is in the tongue.
Hmm.
I don't allow and going back to what I mentioned earlier, like
Uh-huh.
hearing these stories and people like these guys telling me, man, it's gonna take you some time. It's gonna take you this long, and I just don't believe in that. Let alone do I believe. I didn't invest like an upcoming artist.
Yeah,
Um,
right.
I did. I didn't put in the effort as an upcoming artist would. Like you got upcoming artists and you see what they doing. They doing what they can. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And I'm
yeah.
doing what I can. But I mean, how,
You're putting it all
pe- pe-
in.
pe- people was kind of pocket watching. You know what I was doing,
Yeah,
and they don't know. Like, man,
right.
you don't know. I might have spent my last and put my truck note to the side to buy
Yeah.
this speaker or this accordion. I might have put my mortgage a week back.
Hmm. Yeah,
To buy this set of speakers from Brian or whatever the case.
right.
Uh, it was more so. And then these guys call you. The upcoming thing
Up
was
and
these guys
coming.
call you with the upcoming label
Yes.
as a way to down talk you on your price, which the money thing, like I said,
I see what you're
I had
saying.
made
Okay. Now I get what you
like
mean. Okay.
I made I said something. Oh, I was talking the day after my accident. I'm not in this to make a substantial amount of money. Like I don't want to leave Club Manai and I didn't hit them for $3,000. You
Yeah.
know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
If I and this is just speaking. If I
Yeah.
charge $3,000, I
Yeah.
don't go home with the whole 3,000.
Right.
You can't get nobody. I can't call no musician and it's respected. I can
Yeah.
call no musician and say, hey, I'm playing at Club Manai for this much or for free.
Uh-huh.
Would you come and play? Like, man, people got
Yeah.
families, man. Like
Yeah.
I
That's true.
like I said, I've been doing this with Brian, so I don't know what a weekend feels like. So in order to get me out of my house away from my three boys, like it's gonna cost you.
It's
If
gonna
my truck
cost.
end up in the shop, right? If my truck, I got a Dodge Dually. If my truck end
Hmm.
up in the shop, it ain't cheap to fix it.
It ain't cheap to fix it.
So
Yeah.
it's kind of one of them things. But like I said, going back on the man, people call you with that title, that upcoming situation as a way to try to
To play with the money.
dissect everything
Yeah.
that you got going on
Hmm.
and play with you from that aspect. Now from the other aspect, like I don't want y'all to book me because I'm an upcoming artist. Like I'm not no
Yeah.
upcoming artist. Like I'm just as good as Nate. I'm just as good as J
Right.
Pop. I'm just
Yeah.
as good as Chris Artwan. And I believe that. I don't
Yeah.
have the quantity of music that they have, but
Of
I'm just as
course.
good
Yeah.
in
I
my
and you
mind.
yeah. Yeah. I like that. I really like that about you because that's something that you have confidence. You keep at saying, I don't mean to sound arrogant, but it's just you sound confident. Of course, confident is seen as arrogant sometimes, but
Right.
I think that you have great confidence. And um I see what you mean about that. That means people want to say, well, we trying to help you. So you should come play for the door. That's what you're
Yeah,
talking about.
man.
I know. It's a club called 3710. I don't mind saying their name, 3710. People always ask me about booking different bands or whatever.
Right.
And I mainly do R&B, but he asked me, he said, I want to start having Zydeco. I said, well, what's your budget? He said $400. I said, well, I don't know if I can get you nobody for no $400 on so I don't think they think about, because they also ask that, how many members are in the band? And I'm like, well, what they got to do with the price of tea in China? Because
Well,
they're counting
well,
to
well.
see, uh-huh.
People also gotta understand on the Zydeco side, like,
Mm-hmm.
okay, you can book an R&B band, but what they gonna do? They gonna come in there and play everybody else's music. They gonna come in there and do a bunch of cover songs.
Cover songs. Mm-hmm.
If they do have original songs, nobody knows them.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
On the Zydeco side, you have
These are y'all
a
actual songs. That's
community,
true.
right? You have a community that supports our original music, and
That
our
is true.
career is based off of the music that we put out. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
So that's
That's a good
I feel
point.
like that's right. So, like, okay, like if you go book Genuine or somebody like
Yeah.
that, okay,
Yeah.
you talking a whole nother tax bracket. But I feel like where we at with it is, we've invested so much time to where, like I said, we actually have a whole community that's
Mm-hmm. That is
behind us and
true.
what we doing. Right.
And y'all bring the people. I work at some clubs, some of their doors and stuff, but I do different things. But I did try to beg, and I say beg because I kept trying to say, hey, Zydeco, 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 and they're talking about the money. I'm saying, but the thing about it is, I understand that you don't want to come here and bring a band just to pay a band to say you just had a band. You got to make some money. But if I'm telling you that people come with Zydeco, they just
Right. Right.
they don't have they don't want to take the risk. I guess that's the thing. But everybody has to
Absolutely.
take a risk in this
They don't
nightlife
understand.
business, huh?
They don't understand that we really have our own followers. You know what I'm
Following.
saying?
And
You
I
book
get
Jake
to a certain point
Paul.
because some people have been burnt by promoters. There's a new club over
Absolutely.
here off
Oh
of
man.
1960. They've been burnt so many times. And what I told him when I met with him, I said, if anybody come in here and tell you they can just fill up your club and just say that, just let them go. Tell them to go back out the door, because nobody can promise
Right.
you
Right.
that. What I can give you
Absolutely.
is say, hey, I'm gonna do my best to try to promote, make sure, and whoever band I book, I'm gonna make sure that they promote as well. But they got
Right.
those. This particular guy got screwed so much with a promoter, and
Hmm.
so I understand sometimes, their apprehension from that.
Right.
Um,
Absolutely.
are you related to Erica Dargin too? Dargin?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I
Yes,
was
ma'am.
wondering. She used to be in that dance with us in Swing Out long
Right.
time ago.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go to this little fun thing. I gotta ask, do you Zydeco dance?
Yes, ma'am.
You can Zydeco? Okay, okay, okay.
Well,
And
yeah. If
huh?
somebody asked me to dance, I get out there on the floor.
Y'all, y'all bands. I know y'all be knowing how they.
But
There's a while when you'll see a band leader dancing, but y'all stay away from that a little bit.
right. Right.
But if somebody else, um, when you're in the studio thinking about your songs, I know you say you think about people, what they like it or not, but do you also think about, is this something I could get down to? Is this something I could, because you have that
Oh.
song when you Zydeco, you say, I got to make sure I dance with that person on this song. So do you do that
Oh,
too?
absolutely. Yes, ma'am. Absolutely.
Yeah, yeah.
Absolutely. Like, I the vibes in the studio is so fun making the music.
I bet that
I
was.
feel like nailing. I feel like my producers will get out there and jig to it too.
And
So
that's the thing. Um, Now, if you could perform anywhere in the world, I know you said you want to do that. From Houston to Hollywood to overseas, where would your dream concert be?
oh man, my dream concert would be. So I've always dreamed of, if you've ever watched the BET Awards,
Uh-huh.
um, where right before they go to a commercial segment, there's like this, I don't know, like
Like they in the front of
like
the place?
no, no, no. They're actually
Oh,
inside, and they have this little stage set off to the side of the big
uh-huh.
stage, and it's kind of like as they're going on their commercial break, there's this band or this artist or whatever.
Uh-huh.
The next time you watch the BET Awards, I'm pretty sure you'll
I
see it.
see it.
But
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I've always imagined that, and equivalent to that. Um, I've been to the Gator by the Bay Festival. I think I played that festival with Ruben Reno.
Oh,
Man, you talking about thousands and thousands and thousands of people.
wow. So
So
you like to
that's a
see
goal of
Texas
mine
Creole
as
on
well.
that stage?
Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. I like
oh yeah.
that. Now, who would your lineup be? Who would you
If
want the
I had to,
lineup to be with you? Let's just say three other bands to make it what you would want it to be.
woo, man, three other bands. Of course, Lil Nate. Now,
Uh-huh.
aside from me being signed to Cha Cha Studios,
Of course.
even coming up like when me and my buddies before Denzel, he plays with Chris Artawan now. My
Uh-huh. I
brother
know
Daryl
Denzel.
used to play. Right, he played with J. Paul and Leon. Even back then when you had J. Paul, Chris Artawan playing in Houston that night, man, I was going to
Uh-huh.
the Nate.
Oh, really?
Uh,
Oh, so you've been a Nate
yeah,
fan.
man.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah,
man, yeah.
yeah.
So it would be three other bands would be Lil Nate, Rusty,
Uh-huh.
and Wayne Singleton.
Okay. I gotta hear. I've never heard him. I don't think I've heard him.
You gotta go check him out. You
I
gotta
gotta
check him
check
out
him out.
even more so live.
He's a Louisiana fan.
Yes,
He
ma'am.
plays there.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. 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 Well, do you have one? I want you to tell people where they can find your album. And do you say album or do you say CD? Or you just say music?
Album,
We'll say music.
music.
Okay. Where let
You
everybody
can
know where they
find
can
my
find your
music.
music.
You can find my music. If you pull my name up, Steve. It's actually Steve, not Steven. Steve Dargin and Texas Creole on all streaming platforms, wherever you stream from, whether it be Apple Music. I don't know if Apple Music and iTunes, same thing. Apple Music, iTunes,
Mhm.
Spotify, Google Play, YouTube. I
So
actually
TikTok too,
just
y'all.
absolutely. Um, Wherever you stream your music from, my production team, Lil Nate and all them guys, do a pretty good job of making sure they submit it to all streaming platforms, even Pandora. I just discovered that the other day.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
you can follow me on social media. My Instagram is official Texas Creole. My TikTok is official Texas Creole. I still have room for friends on Facebook on my regular Steven Dargin page, or you can follow my fan page, Steve Dargin and Texas Creole Fan Club on Facebook, or follow me on Snapchat. Uh, Pretty
I
much.
forget you can
You
follow people
follow
on
me, I follow
Snapchat.
you back. Yeah, yeah,
So I
yeah.
gotta ask one more question I didn't think about because you mentioned Nate and his
Okay.
dad. Are you what do you think about Zydeco being a part of the Grammys? I think that is so cool. Would that be something that you
So,
would want?
I do have a so you there's steps. There's the consideration, the nomination, and then of course there's the win.
Okay.
So right now, so a part of my Lil Nate and the production team,
Uh-huh.
they do make sure that you get your music submitted to the Grammy sites.
Oh,
So
awesome.
I actually do have a Grammy consideration. We got the
Oh,
email. We got the email like two
you're
weeks
supposed to
ago.
start with
Uh,
that.
Right, right. Okay. So yeah, we actually just got the email, my album along with his album. Um,
Awesome.
and one more artist that's with the label.
Cha cha.
All of our albums, right? All of our albums have been submitted to Grammys. We all have considerations, and
Okay.
there will be a deadline coming up soon to vote
Okay.
um, for the nomination part. And at that point, I think we actually do get to go to Hollywood or LA, wherever it's
Yeah,
held at,
yeah.
and
Oh, that would be
just enjoy
so
the
cool.
just enjoy the festivities, and then
Mhm.
you actually go there to see if you won, from what I believe.
Oh, that's
So yeah,
cool.
man. I truly, first of all, thank God, because like I always tell people, a lot of times, man, this ain't me, man. Like, there's no
Yeah.
way I've done all that I've done in such short amount of time. So I give all the praise to him, first and foremost.
Absolutely.
And I told dad, Big Nate, and I told Little Nate and Nate, and I thank them for being a vessel,
Yeah.
because you don't see this. and I say this boldly, you don't see this from any other artist that's had that platform that Big Nate and Lil Nate has had throughout the
Mm-hmm.
years, to where they're actually putting anybody in a position to try to be essential in the culture. So
Definitely.
uh
Definitely.
it's thing
Definitely
and it's the things that they don't have to do, uh
to do.
that they do,
Mhm.
that get me the most. So
Yeah.
I think the whole Williams family. Um, I just want to take that time to
Yeah.
say that part.
I'm glad that I I love that. But again, Nate was actually just FY. He was, when I started my podcast, started doing some exotico people. He was one of the first ones that came on my show. It was late at
Okay.
night because he had worked, went to school, and all kind of stuff. We did it late at
Oh
night,
man,
but he did it, and
I
I thank
I
him
don't
for
know how that
being
dude
doing that
do it.
for me.
Yeah, I don't know how
He
he
be
do it.
going. He be
Man,
going. A book, not alcohol. What do you call it? Sodas, drink. What do you call those? Energy drinks. Yeah,
energy
I think he's amazing
drinks.
because he is a businessman minded person, and I like
Yeah,
that. I like
absolutely.
smart people, and I like smart
Right.
people that help others. And that is
I'm
something that what you just said about the Williams family is that you don't find that a lot in this whole industry as far as
no.
nightlife. Uh,
Right.
and you mentioned something earlier that people are sometimes scared or get intimidated by what you're doing. Um,
Right.
Sometimes, and it's not that they don't want you to get further than them. Some people just don't want you to be even with them, and that's why they'll keep
Right.
saying, well, it's gonna take you a long time. It's gonna take you a long
Absolutely.
time. It's not like So, I keep going. Do I can't even say keep your head up because your head is up, and I think you're so confident, and I love that. I've seen you throughout the years. I think I've taken pictures with you, but I've never had a conversation with you, and this was
Yes,
great.
ma'am.
And I do want
Yes,
to
ma'am. I
thank you
love
so
it.
much and tell you that I don't take it for granted that you said yes right away. Thank
Yes,
you
ma'am.
so much. This gives me actually a little bit more confident to continue to pull some
Oh,
Zydeco out
absolutely.
again. I totally stopped. So I want to thank you for giving me the first opportunity to come back and speak with Zydeco people.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah. Anytime. Anytime. Don't forget this Saturday Club Manai next
Okay, you have
Saturday.
any last words before you roll out?
Yeah, this Saturday Club Manai showtime is at ten
I roll
thirty.
up on that. Chris keep calling me to come over there. I might roll up and
Yeah,
check you out.
if
Say
you
that
want to
again.
catch me, I'll be down in Fresno, Texas next Saturday, at 3D Riders Trail Ride. Then November the 8th, I'm pretty sure a lot of you will be there at the Austonia Wild Bunch Trail Ride. That Saturday night, November the 8th, it'll be me along with J. Paul Jr. and Zydeco New Breeze. But again, you can follow me on all of those platforms to find out more. And you can also go to TexasCreole.com to find out any
You put
information.
your link. Okay. Okay. Well, thank you again so much,
Yes,
and I
ma'am.
hope to see you. I might choose. I might surprise Chris Saturday. Is this Saturday, right?
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, y'all come out, man.
Okay.
This
Yeah.
this this going I might get teary eyed because the last time I was on my way to Mana, I got
Oh,
into a
I
bad accident. So
know. That is you gonna this time we're gonna make matter of fact, I think a girlfriend asked me somebody Chris is just loves her. I might me and her might pull up and
yeah,
surprise him so we can check you out.
yeah, y'all
Well,
come
okay,
on out,
thank
man.
you. And you have a good night and you be careful out there on these
Yeah,
roads and what they say, the
yes,
highways and the
ma'am.
byways.
Yes, ma'am. I thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome. See you later. And this will be posted and I'll tag you when I post it.
Okay, awesome. Thank you.
Mhm.